Yo, Adam Saxton here with GuyInACube. Another week, another roundup. Welcome to December. If you're finding us for the first time, be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the videos from both Patrick and myself. And with that, let's dig in. Phil Seamark is at it again doing games inside of Power BI. This time he has created a maze that you get to go through with inside of your Power BI desktop. This brought back memories of Zelda. I don't know if you remember Zelda. I should have wore the Zelda shirt. And also Zork. I don't know if you guys remember Zork back in the day, the real Zork, the text-based Zork. Anyway, this blog post goes through how he kind of came up with this idea, how he actually implemented it, talked about the Power Query and the DAX aspects of this and the measures that he used. Also calling out that he thought he would hit some sort of text limitation from a DAX measure perspective with the auto-generated text he was creating, but he didn't end up hitting that. Be sure to check out this blog post to just read about his adventures in gaming and to actually download the Power BI desktop file itself. Go check it out. It is December and Wolfgang Strasser is doing another 24 days of Power, this time the Power Platform. He is kicking off the series with an introduction to what the Power Platform is. So if you're not familiar with the Power Platform, maybe this is the first time you've heard the term Power Platform, be sure to check out this blog post to learn all about it. Yes, Power BI is one of the items that is part of the Power Platform. Check out the blog post, links down in the description below. Reza Rad's got a blog post talking about aggregations inside of Power BI. If you recall, I did a video not too long ago where I sat down with Christian Wade and we talked about how to do that. Reza's coming at it again, looking at how to actually build that aggregation table itself. Reza's blog is great. It talks about what aggregations are, how you create that aggregation table, also tells about how you can have those layers of aggregations, which I think is a very cool aspect of this. So be sure to check out this blog post if you're curious about aggregations and maybe just haven't taken the time to look at it yet. Matthew Roach is continuing to blog about Power BI data flows on his blog BI Polar. In this blog, he's got an FAQ for data flows. These are some of the common questions that he's being hit up on, as well as the Power BI team itself. And you can go through these items to get answers to those most burning questions that you may have about data flows. I know, because I get asked some of these questions as well. So these are definitely some of the big key questions that come up regarding data flows if you're not familiar with it. He also links off to the Power BI Data Flows white paper, which has additional information. You should absolutely read that if you're curious about data flows. And then in addition, just continue to check out his blog. He is cranking out a ton of blogs around this topic, so you may find those worthwhile as well. Links as always down in the description below, along with all the links for this week's items and some bonus items as well. Casper de Jong's got a blog post talking about how you can figure out which columns you don't need in your data model using DMVs. He does this by using the tool DAX Studio, which you can go get for free over at SQLBI.com. And in this tool, DMVs are like views into the data. If you're familiar with SQL Server, you're probably familiar with what DMVs are. Analysis Services Tabular has these DMVs as well, which means Power BI has some DMVs. And you can query those to figure out and get information about the structure of your data and other items. And so Casper walks through how you can actually get column row counts to figure out which ones are taking up a lot of space and go on from there. He also calls out two other tools which may help you in this venture as well. One is Tabular Editor, which there are links in this blog post at the bottom, as well as Vertipack Analyzer, which is also from SQLBI.com. So lots of different ways to go about doing this, but it may be important with determining what is taking up the size in your data model and potentially remove that and reduce the size that your overall model has. So great information. Check out the links down below. Chris Finland, who is the PM for Paginated Reports and also reporting services and Power BI Report Server, has been having a little fun over on YouTube with his stuffed animal bear called Paginated Report Bear. I will forever, forthcoming, refer to him as just Mr. Bear. But he's been having some great fun putting some videos together just to have fun with paginated reports, as well as including his son in those videos, which I thought was awesome. So you'll see a link off to the videos up here, as well as I'll have a link down in the description below off to those. He's got a couple of videos over there, so check him out if you've got a few minutes to spare and just want to have a good laugh. All right, I want to pass this off to you. What was your favorite item in this week's roundup? Or maybe there was something I didn't include that you thought was awesome. Go and leave that down in the comments below and let me know. If you like this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, smash it if you so desire. If it's your first time here, hit that subscribe button. And as always, from both Patrick and myself, thank you so much for watching. Keep being awesome, and we'll see you in the next video.